Keystone Human Services, Autism Services, Elizabethtown College, Melissa Hallman. All information is taken from the Keystone Human Services website. Hi guys, my name is Melissa Hallman. I did my presentation on Keystone Human Services, Autism Spectrum. You're going to see a lot of information on my PowerPoints. There is pictures. I actually interviewed a former student of mine that is now 21 years of age who does get full support through there. I interviewed his mother, Kelly Spencer, and Noah Spencer. So you'll see pictures of Noah throughout the presentation. There was permission from the mother, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks. I have a dream. I have a job. I have a home. Keystone Human Services provides comprehensive community-based services for children, young people, adults, and families in the areas of developmental disabilities, intellectual disabilities, autism, mental health, early intervention, and children and youth services. Keystone is a family of a nonprofit organization that is committed to creating an environment where all people can grow, make choices, and be valued and contributing members of society. Since 1972, Keystone has developed a comprehensive array of services and supports for people who are at risk or who have special needs. They have a rich history and a clear vision of how we can all work together to create a better world. A set of high developed values guides to our work. Keystone Human Services works to support men, women, children with disabilities become valued, fully participating, and contributing members of our community. Keystone strives to support each person in a highly individualized manner in all aspects of their life, including the home, the work, family, school, and community. Our comprehensive community-based supports are available in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Connecticut, as well as Moldova and India. Capital Area Head Start is from the ages of 9 months all the way up to the age of 4. Intellectual Disability Services is worldwide through Keystone. International service, as stated, is all through Moldova and India. Keystone Institute India. Keystone Autism Services stretches as far as central Pennsylvania and all our surrounding areas. Keystone Human Services Connecticut, the Mental Health Services, and Susquehanna Service Dogs, as we see many service dogs used in our neighboring areas, churches, homes, facilities, and also in hospitals. Mission creates an opportunity for growth and meaningful life choices so that all people can be valued, contributing members of their community. The vision is that of creating an environment where all people, regardless of background and ability, can grow, make choices, and be valued and contributing members of the community. Believing that all human life is sacred, having equal and unconditional love, it is important to recognize the value of individuals' differences and diversity as a means of validating our own uniqueness and affirming that great diversity of the human community. Again, supporting in the community is in the home, the work, the neighborhood, and the school. There are many values through Keystone Mental Health. One is the inherent value. All people are inherently valuable regardless of their level of ability or disability. Community building, creating an environment where all people, regardless of their background and ability, can grow, make choices, and be valued and contributing members of our community. Self-determination. Services should be responsive to the needs of each individual rather than to the needs of the system. Dignity and respect. They will use language and words that create an environment for dignity, respect, and valued identities for the people that we support. Model coherency involves bringing all elements of service planning, treatment, philosophies, staffing, funding, training, supervision, and professional identity together into a coherent whole in order to meet the true needs of the person that is being supported. Foundation of services. Believe that service from one person to another is transcendent endeavors that should be based on the individual's personal experience of a spiritual, religious, philosophical, humanitarian, or social justice motive. It is important to live in an environment where all of us have the opportunity to consider the moral and spiritual aspects of their work. Change agent? They believe that they have a deep obligation to serve as and change agents, sharing our experiences with others, both individually and within the public policy and service delivery process. The global vision. Since the 1990s, Keystone has welcomed students, professionals, and human services delegates from Moldova, Russia, Ukraine, and beyond to learn the collaborate global training and professional development partnership are not only some of the most effective means to distribute resources, but also a prime avenue to foster international relationships with people and organizations who fundamentally understand the vision of community-based human services. Keystone Human Services partners with a diverse selection of exchange programs designed to accommodate individuals in every stage of professional development. Keystone has participated in the following programs: Professional Exchange Program, Students Intern Programs, and Professional Study Visits. Eligibility criteria. You must be 21 years of age or older, eligible for medical assistance, including medical assistance for workers with disabilities, in the current person employed, having a diagnosis of autism syndrome of ASD, live or plan to live in the following counties of Lancaster, Dauphin, Cumberland, or Chester County in Pennsylvania. Participants must live in one of the 4 counties at the time of enrollment. You must be able to live in a community setting with fewer than 16 hours of support per day. Need an intermediate care facility, the ICF, which is the level of care. Not have behaviors that are dangerous to themselves or others that could be harmful to the property or even out in the community. Not be enrolled in medical assistance managed care organizations at the time of enrollment. Not be enrolled in the health insurance premium payment of HIP program at the time of enrollment. Not be enrolled in medical assistance home and community-based waiver program at the time of enrollment. How a client can be referred. Enrollment for ACAP opened back on April 1st, 2009. In order to enroll, you still must call the Bureau of Autism Services at 1-800-1866-539-7689 and request an application for enrollment. Once the Bureau of Autism receives the application in the mail, it will order of the date and the time of the people to call. If you have any questions about the eligibility enrollment in the ACAP and would like to speak to someone directly, call the Keystone Autism Services at 717-220-1465, or you can request information online that they will send you a packet of documentations on how to get a referral. The Adult Community Autism Program. The Adult Community Autism Program, ACAP, offers flexible services and supports to men and women with autism spectrum disorder to assist them to develop skills, to reach their goals, and participate meaningful in their community. Services are tailored to each person's specific needs and can be readily modified as needs change. Early interventions for autism offer developmental, educational, and behavioral services to assist children with autism, physical and intellectual disabilities, and developmental and behavioral challenges. Service includes special instruction and occupational and physical and speech and language therapy. Education and training. They provide training in autism spectrum disorders and the Adult Community Autism Program to physicians, dentists, and other types of health care providers, as well as the community, so that providers and the individuals who receive services can be successful. Public funding. Keystone Partnership provides charitable support for the work of Keystone Human Services, family of organizations, through fundraising, special events, donations from people like you. We can ensure that Keystone continues to provide programs and services for children and adults with intellectual disabilities and autism, and those experiencing mental illness or the challenges of aging, as well as national and international children and family services, Capital Letter Head Start, and Susquehanna Service Dogs. Giving monthly donations can be donated, come out one-time fee, or can be contributed by check. Donate to a specific program. There are many programs that Autism sets up through Keystone that you can participate in. Children's days, play groups, different things around the community. Give in-kind gifts. Volunteers. The best gift you can give is volunteer your time and energy. The Board of Keystone Human Services is comprised entirely of volunteers who come to work with a deep personal commitment. The board members have responsibilities for the stewardship of the resources entrusted to our care and for the setting system-wide policy, planning missions, oversight, and strategies. Many Keystone board members are family advocates who have a relative experiencing serious mental or physical disabilities. They have races, lacing up your shoes and getting ready to take Steps for Birth to 3, which is to support the Head Start program. Annual Keystone Golf Tournament benefits all children receiving services. The Chocolate Fest in Hershey Lodge is every year. It has been for the past 10 years that allows members to come and enjoy a sweet treat while also supporting a great cause. Your gifts are often tax deductible, and each gift will support the men and women, children and families who use our services to be valued and contributing members of the community. Ethical standards. Keystone Human Services, Corporate Integrity and Compliance Plan. Keystone Human Services can meet the commitment only through the efforts of highly skilled caregivers that dedicate this time to support staff. They who must earn the trust and respect of the people will serve others by continuing the conduct their daily affairs with honesty, integrity, and compliance, and spirit of all application of laws. Although honesty and integrity are individually attributes, each individual ultimately is responsible for his or her own conduct. Keystone Human Services is committed to maintaining and working environment that promotes these ideals and permits employees and agents to demonstrate the highest ethical standards in performing daily tasks. In order to avoid violations of law, the Board for Keystone Human Services has a formal corporate integrity and compliance plan which is in operation. This action is directing the Keystone Human Services officers and managements in the development of a corporate integrity compliance plan. Should not be interpreted as a concern to present management systems inadequate. Rather, it is a development of implementations of a corporate integrity and compliance plan in an element to continue efforts to improve quality and performance. The board also recognizes that federal and state agencies responsible for enforcement of Medicare and Medicaid laws and regulations recently have encouraged and development and implementation of corporate integrity and compliance plan. Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct has been adopted by the Board of Keystone Human Services. The purpose of this Code of Conduct is to provide standards by which employees of the organization must conduct themselves in order to protect and promote organization-wide integrity, and to enhance the organization's ability to achieve organizational missions. The Code of Conduct contains principles and the policy organization standards which are intended to provide additional guidance to the person functioning or the administration. The principle sets forth the Code of Conduct will be distributed periodically to all employees. The principal standards will set all employees responsible to ensure that their behavior and activity is consistent with the Code of Conduct. Fraud and abuse. The organization has developed this fraud and abuse compliance program to comprehensive statement and responsibility and obligations of all employees regarding submission for reimbursement to Medicaid and or government payer services by the organization. In addition, this is intended to apply the business arrangement with direct care personal vendors and other person which may be impacted by the federal state laws regarding the fraud or abuse. Ways the organization embraces value and encourages diversity. They believe that all human life is sacred, having equal and unconditional value. Believe that it is important to recognize and value individual differences and diversity as a means of validating our own uniqueness and affirming the great diversity of human community. Our service and supports values are responsive to and reflect the great diversity of communities and individuals and families they serve. They strive to ensure that all levels of our organization reflect this diversity. Within intent is a deep commitment to decrease the dependence of individuals and families on formal services. All that they do should contribute to the strength, independence, community presence, and capacity of each individual. When an individual or family does not need formal services, those services may be effective, and where appropriate, time is limited. Careers with Human Services employees. The mission for the employees, Keystone Family is a division of working together to serve the community. The mission through its family agencies is to create an environment where all people can grow, make choices, and be valued and contributing members of the community. They are looking for caring, loving, and skillful employees. Values of their employees are each and every day. They like to tell about exciting job openings, have pride in being a member of the Keystone community. They want continuing efforts to expand and improve the services to the people that they serve. The greatest source you can give is pride through employment. And they want you to be proud of the community and the place which you live in. Challenges to human service workers. I think the greatest challenge I see for human service workers are that they're expected to do so much with less. This meaning that there's so much on their plate that there's very little out there that they can turn to for help. I know there's so many things going on in the day-to-day lives, and everything is going more towards data, that they do extended hours and long hours and work so hard, but yet they get paid less for what they do. The responsibilities for social workers is growing, but the number of employees is not so much growing. The work that social workers do is hard work because you interact with so much pain. Whatever situation the social worker is in, they end up connecting with a lot of difficult experiences. If we want to keep the workers' minds fresh and clear of all the things they experience, then they too need the time to take and care for themselves. They need to have time to talk with others about what they are experiencing. I interviewed Kelly Spencer, mother of Noah Spencer. He was my student a few years ago, who is now receiving services through Keystone Autism support. Noah has severe autism. He's 21 years of age and will be in Keystone Autism Services for many years. Noah has been able to live a more normal life with the Keystone Autism program, as he's getting all the resources that is needed. He has been taught different work skills that he wouldn't be getting at if he was just at home. He is very involved with many of the groups, including track and field, work experience, learning to stock shelves, bag groceries, cooking classes, and most importantly, hygiene. Noah used to have a huge, severe language barrier, but from the programs of speech and therapy, he is able to communicate more freely. Words from his mother. It has been such a relief, not just for Noah, but also for herself. As I know she's not alone with getting help for her son, he is learning to be more independent and how to live better in our environmental community. There are so many negative aspects of the community that we experience because, as Mother Kelly didn't have an understanding of what resources after school years at the Vista School, which stops at the age of 21. She was so worried that she would have to place him in a home or facility. We are glad to have people we can talk to that understand and will advocate for her son. Noah has learned so much in 5 months that by the age of 30, he'll be able to have a place within an independent facility with the assistance of ACAP and will help in the transition. My thoughts? This program is wonderful. All aspects of those with a disability and all aspects can grow, no matter what background. Gives equal opportunity to make choices and be valued members of the community. Everyone who is assisted with Keystone, no matter what services they are receiving, even the volunteers, have such an amazing touch, either just fundraising, volunteering time, out in the community with those receiving services, or being part of the foundation. Video of a day in the life of a child with autism.
Must be something about rainy days. Right?
Talia, what is that? What is this? Berries.
How is she in the morning? Is she pretty easy to get to school, or is she
Some days good, some days are a challenge. Depends what mood she's in when she gets up. Or if she's had a bad night's sleep. Today she's in a good mood.
Good morning. Come on, let's go get dressed. Good job.
Go pick out a pair of pants. Jake's big thing is focus. It's really hard to get him to focus. And he engages in what they call a lot of self-stimulatory. The twirling, the playing with the toys. So that distracts him from doing anything productive.
Talia does have a lot of challenges with behavior, but it's much more under control. In the morning when Talia gets up, she sees her visual activity schedule. I tell her it's time to get dressed, and she takes, for example, her underwear. She matches it to the other picture of the underwear, and then she picks it out. This is Talia's task analysis for brushing her teeth. It has 23 steps.
Brush your teeth.
I know. This is hard. Come on. It's okay. It's all right. I have to brush them. Good. Okay. Let me brush your teeth.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Talia, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, your turn. You do it. Well, things that we have trouble with at home, we bring it up to the school. Like toothbrushing is another program. Good.
Today. Yeah.
Every morning, the students come in off the bus, primary instructors get their learners off the bus, and then they perform a routine. Certain routines are specific to that individual child. For example, a student in our classroom, Dustin, he actually comes in and goes right downstairs and begins a manning session to begin his day.
So she works really well for those. Some students go into the community early in the day. Jake, you're waiting over here, Bob. Jake, return bottles and cans. JH is, he loves a bunch of things. We go into the community for a scanning and purchasing program, which we just started the baseline. We also go into the community for returning bottles and cans and recycling those bottles and cans. So he loves to go into the community. He does really well in the car. He loves to listen to music in the car and dance as well. And much louder, Jake? Jake, is this a good song? Yeah?
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Morning, Lindsay. Please come to the service desk.
Engage in a lot of maladaptive behaviors.
The reference is Keystone Human Services. All rights and information is taken from the website, and the YouTube video that you saw this afternoon is right there also. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of the class.